It's stiff. Woo! Yeah, suspension set up for like a 220 pounder. I'm only 175, but it feels like my buddy's bike that weighs about 220. He would love this. Yeah, what I'm riding is the EGL NC 300. This is brand new right out of the box. Breaking it in, have to let it cool. But this is the first time on it. First impression. Yeah, man, I'm digging it. The bike is super cool. My buddy, he rides the Sherco 300 4-stroke, and this is very similar. Set up for him. Definitely not for me. I'll have to back off the spring rate. But I'm not going to do anything. I'll let it break in first. And see if some of that stuff squishes down a little. And then we'll go from there. Like any new bike, I put the clickers right in the middle. They come completely wide open when I built this. I'm an EGL dealer. I sell these for $4,700 out the door versus, $12,000 for that Sherco. So yeah, this is a lot cheaper. Yeah, the bike feels like how he likes his setup. I think he would really dig it. Me, I'm gonna have to soften it up a little, but I think I can really love it. This is gonna be the shop bike for people to do test rides on. So if you come to my shop and you show me either a desert racing license or a motocross license of some sort, and you know how to ride these type of bikes, well, I'll take you out for a test ride so you can check it out for yourself to see if it's going to flip your bill. Nice thing about it, gas tank's a 2.8. It's ready for desert racing. I filled it up myself, and according to my pumps and the whole thing, 2.8 gallons. That's a hell of a gas tank. So you get this on a stock bike. Comes with a skid plate, probably do okay for the desert. It's got protection for the linkage in the back. The tires are really cool. They're Kendas and they're Millsville. So it comes with pretty damn good tires right out of the box. I'm loving it. They're hooking up in the sand. In fact, I got to get kind of used to it. The 760 Trackmaster I normally ride with has a lot more spin, and I'm just hooking up. So yeah, it's going to be a cool tire. Might be my new tire to go to. Yeah, this so far this bike's really cool. The motor's got buku power. I've ridden an SSR 300, and that was with Electron on it, and it has nowhere near this power. Reason why? We got a power jet carburetor in there. This baby, you can see the lines over here. This baby has an extra jet in it. Right here, this tube sprays fuel at the top when the slide's all the way open, so, or close to it. And so you get a rush And this motor definitely needs that. The NC motors, I've ridden these since 2016. I raced a Pitster LXR 250. It has nowhere near the power this does. And I had it as a 283. It's not even close to this. This is more closer to the Sherco 300. It's quite a powerhouse. So I got to get used to that. Been a while since I've been on a real powerful bike. 450s were my favorite, but I got old. I'm 61 years old. So yeah, that's kind of a done deal anymore. But what I see here is a fantastic bike. All the problems that were with the LXR Pitster, they fixed. You got a lower center of gravity. It no longer feels top heavy. And this changes everything, how the bike handles, the characteristics. A little more open cockpit. It's more stretched out. Bigger riders will love it. I like it. It's very comfortable. If you have to do a long race, this would be a great machine. Just get the suspension right. But I've been told these shocks are carbon copies of Kayaba new stuff. So there's a ton of potential here. The forks are way lighter than what was on my Pitster. Those forks, one fork leg weighs more than two of these together. So the front end is so much lighter on this bike. And you can tell when you ride. You know, I feel like I'm almost on a two-stroke. Front end wants to just come up. So this is going to be a lot easier for anybody doing hard enduro or just enduros. Your ability to get up and over obstacles will be much easier to do. Now, another thing I did on mine is I shortened the wheelbase. I put it to that magical 58 1/4 inch wheelbase. Before, they had almost 59 inches. It was ridiculously long. So what I did is I turned the chain adjuster around and shortened the bolt and took out a link. And bang. So this bike will turn on a dime, and it does. Trust me. Just a little bit of riding, I can tell this baby turns. So she's a turning machine. She handles good. Just too stiff for me, and I can't ride stiff bikes. I don't do well on a stiff bike. I like a very soft, suspended bike. Like Jerry McGrath, you know, when you learn how to levitate and ride, you don't need to sit there and have heavy, hard suspension. That's only for people that can't ride or just don't have that quality of level of expertise, but they can haul. You know, they like the stiffer suspension. I don't like getting beat to death, and I like to just skim across the top of bumps. So this will allow me to do it. Just got to get it done. Front fork springs seem to be okay. Can't tell yet. Like I said, we're going to break this in, then we'll go from there. Yeah, I'm liking this bike. This is the machine. Totally cool. And I'm just going to ride around on the whoops for a while and try to break the suspension in. Get a little more time on this motor. Trying not to wind it out, but man, it just wants me to wind it out. I'm trying not to. It's with that, I felt that top end for a second. Wow, it pulls with that carburetor. Turns this motor into a completely different motor. It's not like the other NC motors that I've been on. This thing rockets. So this will be a great race bike, especially out in the desert. You know, for those that will, you know, for me, 61-year-old class, if 450s just wear me out, I can't hold on to one. Not for a full loop, I'll have to stop. But on this, I could. Yeah. But yet, it's still plenty fast, even with stock gearing. And you can gear this thing to the moon. I did on my other one. But I like the quickness in the snap. And that now that it has top end, I don't think I'm going to be gearing it much. It makes me want to race it, But I'm kind of done with the racing. I don't like waking up early in the morning, getting ready for the race, working out and all that other stuff. I just like to trail ride and have fun. I usually go up in the mountains here. Didn't bring my pads today, and I don't feel comfortable riding up there in case I drop the bike, and don't feel like, you know, getting a broken collarbone or rib. So I'm just going to putt around here and enjoy it. Yeah. So I'll do some more videos. The weather is awful hot. We're 100 and something today. So I'm not going to be doing too much riding. So anyway, we'll go with that and talk to you guys next time when I do another deal on the EGL NC 300. They call it an A17 at the factory. So and this is the metal framed A17. They make an aluminum one. But this is what I chose for California. I think it's more California adaptable for higher rates of speed, the larger tank. The carburetor they put on it is perfect for out here. Anybody who knows it's been in racing for a long time like I have, best carburetor that ever was invented was the Power Jet carburetor. Young guys don't know that, but that'll wake up any two-stroke. You can't put it on the big ones, but you can put them on 300 and under. Yeah, because they'll make a bike just absolutely come alive. And if it's already alive, you're going to just be in the ground. So that's why factories don't do it. Yeah, that's it. That's it for today, and we'll do another session soon.